The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good morning, everyone, and it's Friday, so welcome to another edition of Coffee Time with Blind United. Of course, you guys know I'm Ed, and we got Brittany with us this morning. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning, everybody.
And Brother Pedro's back.
Yo, what up? Thank God it's Friday, guys.
That's right. So get this other stuff out the way in a hurry. We got one interest group for the night, which is our movie night. So join me at 6 o'clock. Join us at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Tonight we'll be playing the third installation into the Beverly Hills Cop series of movies. And like I said, it'll be Beverly Hills Cop 3. So come check that out. For me, out of the whole series, I think this one here was kind of the weakest one, but it is part of the series, and I'm glad they came out with number 4 to make number 3 disappear. Whatever, I don't know. You don't want to end on a bad note, right? You want to end on a good note. So, anyway, number 3 is the my least favorite, but number 4 is really, really good. So, come check that out with us tonight, and hey, get you all your little snacks and all that good stuff together and come hang out, watch a movie, and put some excitement in your Friday night, right?
Yep.
So,
But
anyway, other than that, before we was coming on, I was talking to my crew here, and you scan through different media and stuff like that, and you hear different little things, and wonder, okay, well, I don't know how true that is, right? So I don't know. I was thinking about starting something like that. So anyway, the first one I was telling them was in LA. This guy was talking about he see on the map. He has, I guess he's a big Costco guy, right? So he was following Costco stuff and their growth and all the various stuff they do inside Costco. Don't get me wrong, I like shopping at Costco. I wish I could go in there and spend less than $200-300, but anyway, they want to build a new one somewhere in LA. And because of the housing shortage and whatnot in LA, they told them that, okay, well, you can build a warehouse, but we need housing. So there's got to be some sort of a housing aspect of this, right? So they decided to make the building a little bit taller, and they're going to put 400 units on top of the Costco. I mean, number one is supposed to be 180 something of them are supposed to be low income, which we definitely need, right? The rest of them, I guess, that'll just be regular housing. But man, imagine how convenient that would be to live on top of a Costco. You get hungry, you just go downstairs, go to the food court, get you some pizza, roasted chicken, what is it? all that good stuff that we can get at a Costco food court, right? I mean, think about it. How much time you would save in doing a whole lot of stuff. So, but anyway, I don't know. What do y'all think? You think it's a good idea to put housing on top of a big box store like that? Oh, anybody got no opinion?
Honestly, I was looking at the comments. Thomas said good morning from West. Where?
Colorado,
Western
Thomas, he
Colorado.
said good morning, and Monica said good morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't have the question. Hey, ask the question one more time. Let's do it.
Well, I mean, like I said, I was just wondering, what do you guys think about building, basically apartments on top of a Costco?
Well, honestly, they already do it in downtown. I received a call from an apartment building, but in the lobby area in the bottom, they had a restaurant, and then had an adjoining store next to that restaurant, and the building was the rest of the floors, like the second, or it starts at I think the third floor and up. So instead of making a big box store and not having no housing, they could build a housing on top.
Right, but now let me ask you a question. Was that an already existing building or a brand new construction?
Oh, that was an existing building. No, actually, they were constructing it, they were saying. But I don't know if they converted whatever was on those stories into apartments.
Right.
I see
Okay.
projects all over because I get some of these notifications, and I see a project that starts and it's gonna be developed from a year from now. So they're like giving you warnings on where where they built.
Right. So potentially that could also just be kind of like a rehab, refurbished kind of thing. It could have been an existing construction that they're just repurposing.
Yes, some of them are. You
Yeah.
know.
But the way I'm getting it, the way dude was giving this story was they were building it was a piece of land, and the LA didn't want to give up the land
Hmm.
to build just a box store,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah,
but,
with that comes requirements. They probably got a little subsidized somewhere, something. You know what I mean?
well, I know they can get a subsidy for, especially with the affordable housing, low income housing. They definitely got subsidies out there for that one. So
I hope
it
they
definitely,
do a HUD housing than just low income, and then it's a difference between both of those.
right. Well, a lot
You
of
know?
people don't know that difference, dog. I
Oh,
mean,
in
I
percentage
know.
wise, oh my God. In
Right.
percentages, oh my God. I know in some low income housing, they want to take 50% of your income, no matter what bracket you're on.
Right. So
So,
again, and when they say, they just say low income, they don't put, whether it's going to be Section 8. I mean,
mhm.
there's also they got what is it? A city voucher, a county voucher, a state voucher, and then there's also a federal voucher. I didn't even know about the federal voucher until one of my nieces, actually, she has it, and she moves all over the country and takes her voucher with her wherever she goes. She's been
Mm,
everywhere from Atlanta to California to Arizona. Now she's in Tennessee, with that same voucher. So that's the hardest one to get, my understanding. But anyway, that's just one of the stories. So another one I caught, and then I'm going to leave it alone after this one. Guess what your boy Elon is getting ready to purchase?
what? I haven't even seen it.
Ford Motor Company.
Yeah, I bet you their price going up right now, their stock price. Um, but yeah, he look, he tries to dabble into a lot of things. I think instead of buying Twitter, he should have bought that a long time ago, Ford Motor Company, because it coincides on what he's doing already with the electric vehicles. And X is a media company, and look what has happened. The value of it, I think it dropped half of the value of it. He fired a lot of staff, and now they've been having problems with verification. Everybody could just buy a check mark and pretend that they're a company. I seen memes online when a dude creates a X profile, gets a check mark, and creates like let's say like Walgreens, or creates these other brands and stuff, and then um like he did one that was so controversial, and it was about one of the insulin, and he actually put oh, for today we're going to start giving out our insulin for free. You know how many people hit that website and all that, and it was like, no, the company had to come out with a statement saying that it was not true and things like that. So they've just been showing different things of what Twitter was trying to charge for that check mark, and that check mark was there for verification of real identities, like your personal, you will have to show your ID and stuff like that. And if you're a company, you might have to even verify that you're a company. But when he bought it, it actually it started going downhill a little. You know what I mean?
I mean, if we remember right, and this is the biggest fear with him buying Ford as well. When he first bought Twitter, I mean, what, he fired over half the people working for him. He fired the entire disability accessibility department, right? So, I mean, one of the biggest fears that, I mean, I see the benefits for him. Number one, Ford is a worldwide brand. They got manufacturing and supplies, all over the world, right? This is something, I mean, Ford is one of the oldest car companies still existing, if not the oldest, right? They're over 100 years old, okay?
Hmm.
So, therefore, he's getting that brand recognition, right? Because they had these plants and all the parts manufacturing or whatever all over the planet. Now he has access to all of that. Yes, it's a benefit also for him to. Ford is kind of behind the curve on EVs, so therefore he'll be able to, bump up their EVs as well as the. I mean, come on, man. Henry Ford, he's the father of the assembly line, right? He's the father of everything being in one house, right? So,
Yeah, and
I
he
mean,
and he had the innovation to foresee and hire people, and then sell those cars to them too, and made it
right.
like an American thing. Before it was just the upper class that had the vehicle.
So the biggest fear right now with him, taking over and don't get me wrong, the if in fact this is true, right? And that's why I said, I don't know how true this is, but if this in fact is true, yeah, it's got to go through all of the, Federal Trade Commission and all that stuff. And there's already pushback from like the unions because of the way he likes to come in and automate all of the assembly lines and all that kind of stuff. So there's jobs right there. The fact that he not even a month ago, him and Trump was on there doing their little interview and joking about how they just walk in and fire people and all this kind of stuff. So Ford Motor Company employs a lot of people. So they're really really worried about that situation. I mean, it could be a pro and a con. That's the way I see it.
Yes,
Uh,
of course. There
uh,
there is going to be pros and cons to like mergers, and hopefully our government is competent enough to see stuff like that, because they've been letting big mergers happen and monopolies keep coming up, you know, and things like that. Yeah, that is true. You did have the former president say, "Oh, electricity and EVs is he don't know how good they are," but when he got the
until
endorsement,
he line, yeah, once he
yeah.
line started endorsing him, oh yeah, now he's all about EVs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you could see how the former president jumps back and forth on different stances and things like that. And then he'd be like, "Oh, I have what was for the Medicaid? Oh, I have a layout, or I forgot what he called it, but things like that. After you've
Yeah,
been
he
in,
said he has a concept of a plan.
there you go. And then if you've been in politics and you've been a former president, wouldn't you have more than just a concept of doing something? Just that aside, you know what I'm saying? But these are billionaires talking folks. They can go in and just fire everybody and mess up everybody's livelihood. That is not some joke to laugh about in a podcast or laugh in the media or in a TV show. It's nothing to play with when these folks are playing up, working hard, paying their mortgage, paying the car payment, paying the high electricity, and they want to get those people thrown in the side of the road, and then they want to cut back on public assistance.
Right, right. Well, I mean, again, they just to me,
They're
it's
not in
just
touch.
they're playing games with people's lives. Is what they're
Basically.
doing. They're playing percentages. They're playing the numbers game. They looking at the bottom line. If they got to fire 1,000,000 people just to make an extra $10, they will. Believe me, they don't care. I mean, it's about their bottom line. It's not about your bottom line. And then what happens if you default on your house? Now they get one of their investment firms
Yeah.
to come in and buy up your house, and then now where you was paying, I don't know how long you've been on your house, but you could be paying anywhere from $700-800 a month up to a couple thousand. But once they get control of it, trust and believe that that rent is going to go up every year.
Yeah, there's been a scandal within the market pricing and more and rentees across the country. I heard about 2, 3 incidents. I don't know how true is that, but I seen a documentary about Chicago over there, that area over there. Now I'm hearing it in the West Coast. So I think when the president-elect, Miss Harris, actually sees that. She sees that and is talking about it. She's not
Right.
avoiding the talk. She's not avoiding the subject like other politicians, other local politicians, not just the presidency, because it comes down to our local um, voting and our props and stuff like that. And you know what I
Right.
mean?
No, I get it. I get it. And then, I mean, like you said, they take cities like Detroit, man, where the auto industry just got tanked, right? And I mean, there are literally neighborhoods in Detroit right now that 80% of the houses are empty. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I mean, it's really, really bad. So they're going in and they're buying up them houses. So now, once they get all of them houses, what do? Maybe they come back in. Maybe Elon says, okay, well, we're going to open up another Ford plant in Detroit, right? Now they got to bring all these people in to go to work. Okay, well, they own all the housing. You can't even buy a house in there. So it's really, really, really sad. So,
yeah.
uh, uh, uh,
No.
but anyway, like I said, I don't know how true all of this is. I think they're pretty credible with what they're saying, but we don't know. Just want to put some stuff out there, like you say, the rumor mill, whatever it is. So
Yeah, yeah. And a new thing that's come out, ChatGPT Sora, new model has coming. It came out. I haven't had a chance to try it out, but I'm about to go play with it. Ed, have you been playing with your phone a little bit since the new update?
I've been looking around. I ain't done a whole lot yet. I'm just seeing what's available before I start changing any settings.
Yeah.
Just being nosy, poking around. I was especially interested in looking into the the hearing aid part of it. So it
Hmm.
is listed within accessibility, but I mean, I guess I got to get the iPod Pro 2s
Hmm.
to AirPod Pro 2s. I'm sorry. And once I connect them, I guess it'll expand more as far as giving me the options, for the hearing tests and all that kind of stuff for the setup.
Yeah, of course, of course.
You know,
Okay.
so I
And
have
you
been looking.
have you play with the new iOS 18? Oh, that's
I
probably
didn't know
gonna
Brittany had
happen.
left.
Okay, well, I've been playing with a little bit. About to play with the feature that navigating your phone with your eyes, just with your simple look and things like that. So I'm gonna
Oh,
check
I ain't
that
finna do
out.
none of that. I seen that in there, but I ain't finna do none of that. So, what
Oh,
about you, Britt? You been playing with your phone since you got the update?
Well, no, we don't have any comments either. Well,
okay, good.
besides the two.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, have you updated, Brett?
No, not yet. I'm technically challenged.
You just haven't got around to it. It took me a couple of days because I was doing stuff, and I was like, "Oh man, let me just update it now that my phone needs to charge." I haven't gone deep into the settings and all that, into the new features, but we do have features. If you don't have the iPhone 15, even though the AI is expected to come out, but these are basic iOS features that are coming. Play. I heard a lot of accessibility features has come out, so I want to dive in there, do some stuff, and get back at y'all with that. But if you have updated, drop a comment. Also, like that live and share, folks. Follow all that good stuff. All that good stuff.
Please, it helps out. It really does. I mean, so I've jumped in and I've noticed some changes, like when you're in messages, where it give you the option when you read a message to react. Now it says back tap, but again, it's still the same thing. Once you double tap on it, it still gives you that reactions menu.
It's called
So, I
back
mean,
tap.
they just changed it from reactions to back tap.
Yeah, because you're tapping them back because when you press it dings the other phone too. So I guess that's what they're doing. They're trying to kind of
But no,
I
you don't back tap the phone. You
No,
just
of
said
course, of course. We know the back tap as the tapping the back of the
that's
phone.
that's what throws me off when I read it, right?
Hmm.
Okay, do I have to back tap to get to my reactions or what? And so I just tapped like I normally would, and then all the reactions popped up.
I need to go see the setting for the top back on the accessibility and let's see what it says and stuff, or if they changed it.
Well, I mean, there are some changes in there. I mean, it's like you said, the navigating with your eyes and stuff like that. It's got the new thing in there to set up your personal voice. All that other kind of stuff. So again, I've been looking around, but I haven't changed a whole lot of stuff. So I really haven't had time, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I updated my phone the other night while one of the interest groups was going on. You know what? It's a perfect time. I ain't gonna be on my phone for a minute. Let it go ahead and update while I'm doing this.
Hmm.
And
Also, I noticed bugs within the phone too. Some of you guys might be experiencing this. I know on my keypad, when I enter my password, it won't tell me the digit, but it will tell me the three following letters, the numeric pad, the letters that are on each number, like the 2 through the 9. So my number one button won't even speak or anything. It would just say, it would just, the sound effect happened. So I was thrown off by that. I turned off my phone and turned it on and still was experiencing that bug. But every time you update, and it's a major update, like from a 17 to the 18, a good thing to do is to turn off your phone and turn it on, and so everything could restart from,
right.
so everything could reboot up. That's a good um, exercise to do every time you update. And if
Yeah.
you're experiencing these bugs, folks, it's good to reach out to Apple's accessibility team. You could go to apple.com/feedback. You could call Apple's accessibility line and make a report through there. So there's different options if you're not too tech savvy. But if you're having issues, this is the best time to tell Apple so they could start fixing these on the next beta that they're dropping, and the next update they dropping also.
Right.
Oh, there's a comment, you guys. There's a comment. Thomas from
Oh, she's so
Colorado said that
excited.
he
Say that
said that
again.
he hasn't had that issue, and he wants to know how you guys feel about the live recognition, and he has an iPhone 12 Pro.
Well,
I mean, again, I haven't had that problem yet myself. And I mean, what was that? What recognition?
live
The
recognition.
live recognition.
I haven't. I mean, we're supposed to have live recognition on it now.
They kind of been had it.
I mean,
When I
I know
used
we had
to,
the LiDAR, and then what was that? The four
that's
finger
the
triple tap,
sensor.
where we
Yeah,
go in and just like I said, find doorways and stuff like that. Kind of that object recognition. That's what we're talking about.
no,
It's
they
supposed to
renamed
be
it.
better, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm about to try it out. But yeah, you're right. That's like the lower down version, but you could detect text and then object detection. You could turn it on and it would tell you like table and vase and stuff like that. Painting and other things like that. I haven't got to try it, but I seen it and I want to try it out, Thomas. Have you tried it out? Drop a comment. Let us know if you tried it out and what you think. I'm about to get into that. Fortunately, I've been busy all this week. I've been, oh my god, and experiencing some technical difficulty in some of these endeavors.
Oh, right. I noticed it keeps prompting me. It wants me to use Siri more to do like messaging, text messages, and stuff like that. It keeps giving me a screen, and like I did it by mistake the other day. Well, maybe it was this morning. So somebody sent me a message, and then said sent by Siri, and I was trying to scroll down to, because I had already put in my message, right? So I was trying to get to the send button, and I tapped on the Siri button, right? And it just gave me this list of things that Siri does in messages now, and you have to actually dismiss that before you can get back to your main screen and send your message.
Yeah, because you got an updated Siri.
Yeah, well, I mean, Siri ain't never been my friend, so I mean, I'm not really trying to deal with her that much. I mean,
Check out the feature, Ed. Come on. I
I
didn't
mean,
say
I
you need
hear
to
you.
use it, but at least check it out.
Well, I'm
Experiment with
gonna,
it. If you
I'm
can make
going
it
to
break
so
or
that
something.
right, I'm going to because I want to be more informed. When people talk to me, people, because I know a lot of folks in our community, they use Siri a lot, right?
Yeah, and
So
Siri wants you to touch her, man. Come on. Activate her.
well, she's activated. It just that's
Oh,
something else
okay.
I
Okay.
noticed. Remember how mine used to when you would say, hey, S, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where mine used to respond to me say, uh-huh. It don't do that no more.
Yeah, I think that was she was giving you an attitude. Uh-huh. I heard her
Well,
say
I
it
mean,
to me.
but
I
my
had to.
point being,
Mhm.
it's not acknowledging that it's awake, if that makes sense.
Well, that is acknowledging that she's
Right, but
awake.
it don't do that no more. That's my point.
Does it do the beep for you?
No,
I don't know.
it'll do the beep if you don't say nothing, right? The ending beep, right? You're supposed to be the completed kind of thing, right? After you finish making your
Yeah.
statement or your command, your request,
Yes.
you get that one, but I don't hear the one in the beginning. So
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
they might want to streamline the stuff. So when you say, "Hey, S lady," means follow it up with a question, and it's a less step. If you say, "Hey, S lady," and then she goes, "Uh-huh, what happened?" Then you reply. It's like more steps, more time. Sometimes you want a faster answer. I think.
Right, but and again, I get what you're saying. I totally agree with what you're saying because there's many times I say, "Hey, do such and such, so and so," right? So therefore, it doesn't have time to say anything. But there's
Half
other
of the
times,
hour, guys.
but there's other times when you don't necessarily know that it's, responding, right? So when I don't know, I just say, "Hey," whoop, and then it'll say, "Uh-huh," and that way I know it's actually working.
Mm,
Does that make
okay.
sense?
Yeah. Because when I press the button, it always things for me, and then it's letting me know start talking.
Right.
I'm gonna check that out, but that'd be nice if they had a beep when you say, at least to acknowledge that it's active mic, so you could talk and things like
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah,
Acknowledge that
but
it is active.
yes, and I noticed you have that in your other smart device. I'm not able to activate that on my smart device that I have. It's
Okay.
pretty funny. But in that note, Britt already let us know, so we're gonna cut to a quick break, guys. We'll be right back.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Blind United.
You are cordially invited to Blind United's Spooky Evening on Saturday, October 26th, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Veteran Foreign War Post 2070, VFW, 825 South Magnolia Avenue, Monrovia, California, 91016. Cross Street is Chestnut. Come and enjoy a fun, spooky evening with games, a costume contest, and Halloween treats with friends and family. 825 South Magnolia Avenue. Cost per adult $25, children 5 to 13 $15, children 4 and under free. The meal will include hot links and a grilled chicken sandwich, chips, potato salad, soda, water, and cupcakes. A cash bar will be available. Door prize drawings will be held throughout the event. Deadline to turn in money is Thursday, October 10th, 2024. You can sell your money to Blind United Incorporated at blindunited2022@gmail.com. All children must be accompanied by an adult to the restroom. For more information, you may contact F.A. Chandra Howard at 909-774-6290 or Cheryl Thurston at 909-821-9589.
All right. Well, please, y'all, come on, hang out with us at this Halloween spooky night thing. We'd appreciate your company. Come and hang out with us. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Should be some nice door prizes and all that stuff. Some good food, lots of fun.
Good
Costume
company.
contest. I mean, we're gonna have a DJ and a dance floor and all that stuff set up, so you can get up and shake a tail feather if you wish. Just so people understand that in there the where we were saying that all children got to be escorted to the bathroom. Just to be perfectly clear, this is a VFW, a Veterans of Foreign Wars post, and they do have a bar. They do not serve food, so technically children are not allowed. But because we are renting per se their banquet room, of course we can have kids in there, but the bathrooms are in the bar, so that's why we got to walk them to the bathroom. So just understand that that's all that really is, just for they don't want the kids hanging out in the bar, right? So who wants a kid hanging out in the bar anyway? I might hang out in the bar, but I can't take no kids in there with me. So, but
I'm
anyway,
hoping all your kids are old enough to drink, Ed.
all mine and almost most and a lot of my grandkids nowadays.
So, hey, I might do the costume contest. I think so. Never know. Gotta go register, folks. So go ahead and register.
All that good stuff. And I apologize. I got to get another email out today. It'll actually have the link in there to pre-register for the event, and then your registration will be complete once we receive your admission for the event. So But if you would,
If you send your money through Zelle, let us know and just put that you have. And if your name on the application matches the name on the Zelle or on the Zelle line, let us know the name that the Zelle payment is gonna match.
and that is for the Halloween spooky night. You just say spooky
Yes.
night. Whatever, just so we know in the memo what the money's for. I mean, so
Yep, Ed would really appreciate that. Oh, and Thomas said, are there going to be pictures?
The Halloween thing, most likely, yeah. I
Mhm.
think we're actually going to try to set up a photo booth kind of thing, so people just can show up their costumes, and then plus that way, for the judges, we can use Be My AI, right, to get a good description of people's costume, so that we can better judge them rather than just, oh, he's wearing or she's wearing a fairy costume. Oh, that sounds cute. I think all, but no, we want to see how detailed your costume is. How realistic is your costume? So who put more effort into their costume, right? So you can't just, wrap yourself up in tinfoil and call yourself a leftover. So I
That's
mean,
funny.
how easy is that, right?
Either you're tinfoil or you're a robot. I don't know. I don't know. Wrapped up leftovers.
No, I've literally seen people do that, Pedro. They just go buy a bunch of tinfoil, aluminum foil, whatever,
Hmm.
and they just start wrapping their legs and arms and torso. And what are you? Oh, I'm a leftover.
Wow. I guess you could have said they're Johnny Five if y'all remember that movie.
Yeah, yeah. Johnny Five. What was that? What was the name of that movie? Short Circuit.
That was what it was called?
Yeah, Short Circuit and Short Circuit 2. What a
Okay,
real,
okay. I
yeah,
always wondered. I was like, I could never find that movie.
yeah. It's called
Thank
Short
you.
Circuit. Yeah,
Short Circuit. All
yeah,
right, all right. Yeah,
yeah.
guys.
So, but yeah, no, come hang out with us, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun doing that stuff. So, and then as soon as we get through with that one, you'll start hearing stuff about another event we got coming up in December. So, the weekend right there between Christmas and New Year's, don't make any plans. Just mark the date. We got something going on that weekend on that Saturday night. So, just mark the date for that one. So, all right. Well, I don't know. You want to get into that one article about the U.S. markets and bring up some conversation on that? I mean, I know it's not for everybody, but for those of us that own home, but also I think it's a great indicator that proves, uh, despite what some folks say, the economy is getting better.
Yeah. And then, yeah, that is true. It's going to get better. The percentage has dropped. It's not only for homeowners, but we talk about it on the other side. Let's hear that article.
U.S. markets. September 18th, 2024, 8:15 p.m. Universal Time Coordinated. Explainer, what does a Fed rate cut mean for American households? The Federal Reserve cut U.S. short-term borrowing costs on Wednesday by a bigger than usual 0.5 percentage point. A watershed moment that should start to ease some of the financial pressures everyday consumers have felt over the 2.5 years that the central bank has battled with high inflation. The Fed, after 5.25 percentage points of increases between March 2022 and July 2023, lowered its key rate to 4.75% to 5.00% to address rising worries about the cooling labor market. Financial markets are now pricing in the central bank to keep lowering rates to around 4.00% to 4.25% by the end of the year, with more cuts in 2025. Fed policymakers have said that they do not see the policy rate returning to the sub-2% levels that prevailed for more than a decade before 2022. That era's low mortgage rates, often under 4%, are not coming back anytime soon. Still, a lower policy rate should translate to cheaper borrowing costs for most kinds of loans while, on average, paychecks are now rising faster than prices as inflation has cooled. Now back to the coffee time crew.
So, I mean, again, for me, it's a great indicator that the economy is getting better. I mean, otherwise, they wouldn't be doing this. But again, I mean, it's more money in your pocket, right? I mean, if you're trying to buy a home, there's less money you have to pay in the grand scheme of thing over the 30 years or whatever, right? I mean, when you go buy a car, I mean, you can, they don't, depending on your credit, of course, they could charge you whatever interest rate, but because they, as a business, are not being charged as much interest, then they don't have to charge you as much interest because why? They're always going to pass that additional cost on to the consumer. So, I mean, it's a great thing. I mean, for those folks that, have bought their home since COVID, they might have had, 5 and 6% interest rates, right? Now they can refinance and you can get down to their 4.5, I mean, I don't see myself refinancing anytime soon. Last time I refinanced, I actually got locked in at a 2.7. So I'm saving myself a ton of money, but it's a fixed rate, so I don't have to worry about it going up. So unless I can get it down lower than that, I won't be refinancing. Not that I can see in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some folks might not own a home and might not know how this could benefit me. It could go from a short a loan that is a loan to even consolidate debt, even a loan to purchase a new car, or a loan that you're able to purchase some appliances, or something. But it is starting to go lower. Plus, I have a big feeling the way I keep hearing what's happening on the political spectrum that companies, those owners that are actually charging us for higher products, are gonna get looked at, and that's gonna deflate the pricing on those items, and we are gonna start seeing it in our pockets. But we need public officials to actually look at that problem and what's happening, and we need that to at least put money back on people's pockets,
Right.
So they can start feeling the hardship from high inflation prices.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Pedro. I mean, I guess what you're trying to say is like example, like what I was saying. So let's just say that the interest rate now goes down to, like they said, to the 4.25, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means the businesses are now being charged 4.25. They might charge you, 10, 11, 12%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on your credit rating. But if they don't lower the rate that they're charging you, considering that they got, all that means is no more profit for them because they're paying 4.25 and then they're charging you 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're making a bunch of money on you, where in fair business practice, they could drop that down to 10 and still make a profit, right?
Yeah. The business sense, you would say, let me come in here and undercut a little bit so I could get more customers.
Right. That's my point. So,
Yeah.
The greedy companies, they're not going to per se lower their rates. They go, oh, well, your credit is not that good, But bottom line, well, you just got a cut in your rate. Why you can't cut my rate?
Unless they're doing some type of little things that like what they're doing in the housing market right now with the rentees and these AI companies that use these algorithms. Unless they have an algorithm and they all playing by the same algorithm and somehow are controlling the pricing and the percentage, the price, the interest rates of the loan, then it could be it could get crazy because in the last administration they actually cut the protection back from them. Remember those check loan places?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Well, the
payday
last
loan and
administration,
all.
hmm they had a payday loan, uh, predatory lending
Yeah,
guidelines in place, and the last administration took those out. And who uses those type of loans is the people that are working, are living paycheck to paycheck. They might need an extra loan just to get by.
get
So
groceries, whatever.
get groceries, pay the electric bill. But the last administration actually took that off, benefiting who? Benefiting the billionaires, guys. So let's look at their policies and where they vote and where they cut to see who benefits the people. Because I know I'm over here in the bottom in the spectrum in California. I'm in the poverty rate. A lot of people under 100,000 is it's a poverty rate now. You know.
Yeah. And again, predatory lending, what that means, basically, that's legal loan sharking, is what it is. That I mean, and it's wrong. I mean, they're same thing with what Biden was trying to fix with the student loans. Why? Because they're predatory. I mean, they charge so much ridiculous interest, right? I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I'd rather go to a pawn store and pawn something than go take out one of them payday loans and had to deal with them high ass interest rates, right?
I agree 100%. And we have another comment. Thomas also said Kroger, they netted a $1.2 billion and they're already trying to buy Safeway and
Hmm.
Albertsons, and we don't like, I don't know if we're going to see the trickle down effects. I mean, basically that's
No,
what
that never
Thomas
works,
said, you know.
Brittany.
Well,
Yeah, the trickle
and
down
that
economics never works, and they've been saying this in the '90s, and
right.
it
Well,
hasn't worked.
Reaganomics.
Yeah.
Reagan came out with that in Reaganomics. But my point being, uh, uh, they're even blocking right now that merger that he's speaking of there with Kroger and Albertsons. Why? Because it's going to give them too much
Controls the market.
power, control of the market. I mean, where it doesn't matter what store you go to in that town. I mean, even if they're under this one's under the Albertsons banner, the other one's under the Kroger banner, the other one's under a Safeway banner, whatever. They're all the same product and they're all the same price. So, it doesn't matter. There's no competition. Competition is what
Plus,
brings down pricing.
plus the octaves of you having, right, being one parent company but having different brands and different stores. You could raise the price in one of your stores, and then you could raise the price on your other store, raise the price in the other store, and then slowly bring the price up. And people are gonna be like, "Oh man, the prices are going up over here at Kroger's, over here in Albertsons," and some people might not even know that this merger is happening or this merger has happened. It
Right.
happens in our media companies, like with Time Warner, Comcast, and all these Universal that fall under those umbrellas. So sometimes I think the people in the wheel are asleep.
Well, I mean, they're depending on the mainstream society having their blinders on and not paying attention to what they're doing down, up above and in them higher levels, like you say, all of these mergers and stuff. Again, that's another reason I like Kamala and some of her messaging. She's putting it out there. No, we need to create an opportunity economy. When you have an opportunity economy, that number one, that means everybody has an opportunity to make money, right? Number two, you're now reintroducing competition back into this business thing, right? And with competition, you got to compete for the customer. So if my prices are lower than yours, people chances are, and we're serving the same kind of product, people are going to come to me because all my
Yeah.
prices are cheaper, even if it's only 10, 15 cents. I mean, look at people right now driving around. I mean, I know we're not doing it right because we don't drive, but look at how people, oh, this gas station over here has got it for 85 and the other one over there is 90, right? You
Yep,
know,
yep. And then
Yeah.
Thomas also commented. He said he never thought he would pay $5 for a gallon of milk or $7.99 for ground beef. So that's crazy.
I mean, it
That is
is.
it is crazy that the beef and all that is going up. And like I was at a live yesterday, I was browsing the social media streets, the back alleys of social media, let's say. And I ran into a live, and there was somebody on the right and somebody on the left. The lady's pulling out facts to the person on the right, and the lady was like, "Well, I blame the current administration for those high prices and this and that." And the lady was showing her the study that the company owners are inflating the price because they know they can, and there is nothing in the law books or any guidelines to hold them back. So the lady was telling the person on the right, "You have to be mad at the store owners. They're doing this, you know." And the lady was just like, "I don't believe it, I don't believe it." So I don't know, I don't know if some folks put their blinders on, but honestly, the government doesn't have control over that sector. They're, we're a free country. These corporations are stocking up the price, and they are able to lower the price just enough for the little companies, the little let's say entrepreneurs can't lower their prices anymore, lower than what Walmart or other companies do. So I understand that. Yes, she's helping out with a equal opportunity, but I think this is for the small businesses. I'm talking about these Fortune 500 companies. These companies that have billions of dollars, and they got thousands and thousands of stores across the country, and they are able to crush the little business. These big old box stores.
Well, let's just like, let's go here, Pedro, on that one. Inglewood, right? Inglewood would not allow Walmart to build a store in Inglewood because they didn't want to take away from, the mom and pop businesses in Inglewood, right? So what did Walmart do? They literally went and built a Walmart on every border of Inglewood. So, on one hand, you're going into the South Bay, you know what I'm saying? On the
Yeah, I
east
got
side,
you.
you're going into LA. On the
Crazy.
west side, you're going into Westchester, Culver City, right?
Yeah,
So they got
they got.
Walmarts all around Inglewood,
Mhm.
and it still did damage to the mom and pop stores within Inglewood. But again, it's Inglewood was trying to help their community out by blocking that. Plus, Walmart wants so much money in tax credits, and they want you to help them subsidize the building costs and all. Well, what are you doing for the community once you get the building built? We done bought the building and put it up for you, right? And now what do you now you want to be predators to the community? I mean, I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. And
I
you're
mean,
right. You're right. They do become like predators because why are we subsidizing one of the top American companies, one of the top three American companies, and their workers are still going to go get federal help like SNAP? They even go get other subsidized benefits for them. And Walmart, it was able to, okay, let me build a store over there, let me build a store over there, let me build a store over there. You're using all that money, but you want the taxpayers to subsidize your building? It's the same with Amazon, where they were looking for where they're gonna put their new super center, their worker super center. They were saying, let's see what cities are gonna give me the best interest rate,
the best
the
deal.
best deal, the best tax cut. Why are these companies are able to do that and we're not able to do that, folks? They shouldn't be allowed to do that. They generate so much income for them to get subsidized, just like the gas in this street. It doesn't make sense. It
It doesn't
doesn't make
make
sense.
sense.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
again,
And that trickle down economics, yeah, when you throw money at the top, yes, some trickles down, let's say pennies and 5 cents here and there, but they got there by holding on.
Well, let me
And then plus, let me just make my point, Eric. I believe it should be trickle up economics, because when you put money in the average American holder's hand, American citizen, what he has bills to go pay. He wants to purchase food. So where's that money going? It's going back up. It's trickling up. It never's gonna trickle down. It's not like
right.
it's not rain.
So I want to help make your point for you,
All
right?
right.
So the little orange guy, he cut all of that stuff, right? You hear him talking about that as well all the time. Trickle down, trickle down, trickle down, right? It wasn't working, right? The economy was tanking, right? What did he do? He gave everybody a stimulus so we go to the store and spend it and it could trickle up.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what the stimulus was for, right? I
And
mean,
it
come
worked.
on, man. And it worked,
And it worked.
right?
It worked. Plus, look, the orange man didn't wanted to give it to us. He wanted his name. He was a whole fighting over
Oh,
putting
yeah.
his name on the check, and it kind of worked. And he said it's for optics. People see my name on it, they're gonna know it was for me.
I've heard people in this election say I'm voting for Trump because he gave me a stimulus. How crazy is that? He didn't give you a stimulus. He might have approved it or whatever, right? But that was them giving us some of our money back. That's all that was.
Yeah, that's all it was. It didn't came out no piggy bank from one
It
of these.
didn't come out of his
electors.
billions of dollars. He didn't say, okay, well, I'm going to donate $10 billion to subsidize America.
No, he didn't. He gave himself $10 million for his campaign, and there's a scandal about those $10 million that it was an investigation going on. But that aside, it was from the government.
Yeah, I mean, vote.gov, y'all, please. Vote.gov. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, you can look at the thing and then everybody can sit back and say, oh, you know what? Kamala's on a great roll. She's got a lot of this, a lot of that going on. No. Don't depend on that, right? Go to vote.gov. Make sure you're registered. Make sure you are ready to go and vote, right? If you want to do the home mail-in ballot, California, everybody gets a mail-in ballot, right? But again, no matter where you live, depending on, you can sign up for mail-in ballots, get it done early. That way you ain't got to deal with it, right? But again, vote.gov. That's where you can go. You can find out whether you're registered or not. If you're not registered, you can get registered. And then that way you can get out there and vote. The only way we're going to show these extremely far right folks that we mean business, we have to show up in numbers. The numbers have to be so overwhelming that we leave no doubt, right? And then that's how we win, folks. That's how we win right there. So on that note, again, like I said, it is that season. It is election season. We need to do everything we can to make sure that, you get your neighbors out there, your friends. I mean, too bad your dog and your cat can't vote, because I know they're getting tired of being thrown around in the media talking about being somebody's snacks, all that kind of stuff. So on that note, Britt, we got anything in closing, anything new?
Thomas said that this was a fabulous show and to have a great weekend. So he really enjoyed the show, guys. You guys are doing a good job.
Thank you very much, Thomas.
Thank you for tuning in, Thomas. You get a shout out from the Blind United team. Monica, shout out to you too, baby. I know you're listening. So thank you for those that are listening later on our recordings. Like, join, share. If you love the content, share. It goes a long way. Subscribe, and then drop a comment. Let us know you're there. Even if it's on Facebook, if it's on YouTube, I will reply back to you guys.
That's it. So on that note, it's Friday night, y'all. Come check out Beverly Hills Cop 3 with us tonight at 6 p.m. But other than that, everybody enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a great time. Weather's cooling off. You can get out of the house and go do a little something now. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have to worry about burning up. So have a great weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday morning.